Good evening, Alamo City Golf Trail Tour golfers and customers. Today is Tuesday, and this is episode 27 of the Tour Power Hour. Our hostess with the mostest, Michael DerManuelian, could not make it tonight, but today we wanted to start with the news of the passing of Herb Kohler. Herb Kohler was the mastermind behind the Kohler Resorts and has a unique place in the hearts of tour leadership and the tour ambassadors. I know personally speaking, Herb Kohler, he built the place that galvanized a friendship for me with Dustin, Casey, and Travis. When Travis called me one day and said, "Hey, I know it's a pandemic and everyone's scared to fly, but we can get to Kohler right now and basically have the place to ourselves." And that is where our bond was formed and solidified for lifelong friendships. Without Herb Kohler, I wouldn't have had that. So I just wanted to open up this power hour by recognizing the power of Herb Kohler to my life and then give each of the guys their opportunity to speak about it. So let's bring them in. We'll have first Dustin Hassan. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Bird. What's up, guys? What's up, every viewers, ACGT Tour golfers, customers? Thanks for joining. And Bird, well said. I mean, yeah, you're right. With the passing of Herb Kohler, only fitting that we kind of start the show out like this today. And, my knowledge of Herb Kohler, if you asked me 3 years ago, it didn't extend far past knowing that his name was on, bathroom faucets and fixtures. I didn't realize how involved in the game of golf he was until came on tour, got that call from Travis. And you're right. I mean, it built a lifelong friendship and Kohler and his vision for golf and what he created in Wisconsin off of Lake Michigan. I mean, it's just phenomenal. The vision of this guy in the hospitality business, it's really second to none. And rest in peace, Herb Kohler, his family, his friends. The golf industry lost a good one in him.
Well said, Dustin. And let's bring in our fearless leader and, above all else, our friend Travis.
Hey, good evening,
Travis.
Good evening, Jason. Thank you so much. Dustin, how are you tonight, bud?
I'm great. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing terrific. Thank you, everybody, for watching on the 27th episode of the ACGT Tour Power Hour. Jason, I love the cold opening. I love the Herbert v. Kohler Jr. Opening. Kohler, Wisconsin, and the Kohler Company and Destination Kohler Golf Resorts that we're all talking about is such a huge part of my life. I mean, it's when you really break it down, and tonight when Jason told me that he wanted to open the show like this, and I quickly started thinking about it, the city of Kohler, where the Kohler Company was founded and where Black Wolf Run is and the American Club is. My grandfather worked for the Kohler Company for 50 plus years, ending up as a vice president of foreign sales, overseas sales, I believe. I don't know, before his work career was before my time, but my mother worked for the Kohler Company for 30 plus years. My grandfather lived in Kohler, so I grew up in that village. With my mother working for the Kohler Company, I was in junior golf camps for employees and that type of thing. So I technically learned the game as we know it at Black Wolf Run in the village of Kohler, part of the Kohler Company. And continuing on, my first full-time job as an 18-year-old was on the maintenance team at Whistling Straits, part of the Kohler Company. I caddied after that at Whistling Straits for a couple years before I went to college. I passed my PAT while I was an employee at Whistling Straits with a colleague at the same time. We took our PAT together, Michael Aschenbach, who is now the head pro at Whistling Straits. After I was done caddying, I chose to go to Ferris State University because it was the closest, because I continued to caddy the first couple summers. And my parents still live in Sheboygan, Wisconsin, which is just the larger city just east of Kohler, and my folks still live there. So we're there once or twice a year, and that developed into the trip that Jason and Dustin referenced here, the first ever. We didn't call it that at the time, but it was the first ever ACGT Tour travels trip 3 years ago when we went the first time and stayed. There were no hotels open at the time in Wisconsin, so we actually stayed in my folks' basement and created the brand ACGT Tour Travels. And Kohler's so special for me, and Mr. Kohler, Herb Kohler, was the man at the top of the Kohler company for 60 plus years. He was the one who, the articles are so cool. If you get a second to read up on Destination Kohler and the Kohler golf properties, as a golfer, it's a really cool read. The Kohler company, as Dustin referenced, faucets, toilets, that's what everybody knows the Kohler company for, right? They're all over the world. You can't go anywhere without seeing them, really. Literally go anywhere without seeing them. And to be the visionary to stand in front of a multi-million or billion-dollar company at the time, I don't know what it was in the mid 80s, and say, hey, I want to be the dude to pivot away from plumbing. We're still going to do it, but I want to run world-class golf courses and resort hotels. And the Five Diamond Hotel on property at Destination Kohler is the American Club, and that is the original boarding house for the Irish workers at the Kohler Plumbing Foundry across the street. So it's a really cool read. Destination Kohler, the Kohler company, and Kohler, the village, are such a huge part of my childhood, my career path, and what I try to share with as many tour golfers every year as I can. I think, Jason, it's only fitting that we spend the first 10 minutes or so of episode 27 here and talk about Mr. Kohler and some of those golf courses. And Jason, do you have any pictures?
I have a picture of Herb Kohler.
We saw him in person, the four of us, a couple years ago. And some tour golfers would have been there that night as well.
Mm-hmm.
The trip, not this past spring in 2022, but the trip in 2021, he was on the putting green of the Baths the day before it opened, and we happened to play it that day in that tour travels trip. I think there were 12 or 16 of us. I don't remember how many were there that year. 12?
I think there were 12, right? Yeah,
I think there were 12 of us that year. So I actually, when I was caddying at Whistling Straits, I caddied in a group with Mr. Kohler only one time. So I've spent some time around him. He was always nice, over the top nice to the staff on his resort, which I always respected. Went out of his way to say hi to everybody when he was there on property, and just a good dude and somebody who shared in the passion of golf. And not only to have the leadership skills to say, I really want to do this, but then to have the executive skills to say, okay, I'm going to use this designer and I trust him. I'm going to use Pete Dye and I trust him across the board. And man, they have masterpieces up there. They have works of art. In addition to some of the plumbing and some of the more upscale bathroom fixtures. I mean, that's artwork too, but really cool guy, really cool story. Jason, let's see if we can find some of those really neat destination Kohler creation links, and let's see if we can have a couple on the tour page tonight, and we can link them to the podcast.
Absolutely.
I think it's a cool read.
Yeah, I think the biggest testament to Kohler is that they designed the Whistling Straits logo in his likeness. So
I think that's really cool. We'll put that up, Jason. If you don't have a logo of a copy, you have your.
I have a logo.
You have a logo.
I'll put the logo up as we have a moment of silence and transition into today's show. But I think what he's done up there in the dairyland of Wisconsin is nothing short of incredible. And now I read today that he owns the Old Course Hotel in front of St. Andrews and a golf course out there. So that's being folded into
There's not a tour event when a tour travels golfer comes up and says, "I can't wait to go back," or I see somebody wearing a Black Wolf Run shirt or a Whistling Straits Ryder Cup, a polo or sweatshirt. And it's so special to tie that in. It's so emotional for me and so ingrained in what I do on the daily. If you really think about it, I grew up in ice skating and snow sledding in downtown Kohler, and we kind of laugh a little bit how Kohler is this prim and proper and perfect, like storybook village, Christmas Carol village, and it really is. And
it's like it's made up. It's like it's made up.
It really is. Every blade of grass is perfect. Every street lamp is perfect. I mean, there are even gas street lamps. I mean, it's a really cool town. If you ever get a chance to go on the ACGT Tour Travels trip, I totally recommend it. It is one of the best values that we've ever put forward to tour golfers. When we're talking about destination traveling to, 4 top 100 courses, including number 3. Is number 3 this on our list? Is that correct?
Yeah, Whistling Straits River Course was like 19 or something.
And it's just one of the best values that we've ever put forward. And talk to anybody that's gone on the trip. For sure, the trips are fun and cool. But if you talk about the golf courses, every shot is memorable. And this CEO of 61 years on top of the Kohler company is the dude who had that vision, is the guy who said, "Hey, let's take this old Army base that is, for lack of better words, condemned." Is that an appropriate term, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, it was the property was written
for anything else. Yeah,
they couldn't even do dairy on it anymore after the war.
And turned it into a golf course that's held major championships and a Ryder Cup. I mean, that is phenomenal. And I think this is so appropriate. Thank you so much, Herb Kohler, for creating 4 masterpieces that are such a big part of our lives and really created a brand, ACGT Tour Travels, and really cemented friendships in concrete.
Well said, Travis. And we'll have a moment of silence for Herb Kohler and get into our show.
It's time for the Alamo City Golf Tour Power Hour, featuring Travis Salkowski, Dustin Hassan, Casey Graham, Jason Bird, and Mike DerManuelian. Let's go.
Awesome, guys.
There we go. I love the opening.
Welcome in, Casey.
The opening still gets me going. Casey Graham, good evening. Is that a virtual background or did you get a piano?
He's got a piano now.
No, I'm already in Colorado at the Airbnb.
Oh, perfect. I love the tease there.
He's getting a couple practice rounds in.
I love the tease. Everybody, our
He's gonna
normal
need 'em.
our normal host. We thank him for his weekly contributions. He needed a night off tonight. He couldn't be here, so the man, the myth, the legend, Jason J. Bird is filling in for him as tonight's host. Jason, we got a great show. What do we got going on tonight?
Oh, yeah, great show. We have the Mission Del Lago results. Casey has prepared a special stats session, which, I mean, is usually my forte, but Casey's got me beat this week for sure. We'll get you some live numbers on how many spots are left for the PC Open. Hint, hint, it's less than 10, so get signed up, people.
Whoa, alert. And then we got point standings coming up.
Point standings, the playoff system.
We've got how the playoffs work a little bit. And
maybe.
then the big tease tonight is we are going to do a special edition podcast on location this Saturday night.
Live from another time zone.
So bear with us, guys. Bear with us. If that doesn't work the exact way we want, we're going to do our best. But we are the four of us on screen right now, myself, Dustin, Casey, and Jason. We are taking an ACGT Tour Travels scouting mission to Colorado this weekend to site visit for a potential future ACGT Tour Travels trip. So it's really cool. So we want to come to you from location on Saturday night. 9:00 Central Time is the goal. That is 8:00 Mountain Time, which is where we'll be. So stay tuned for that. That should be pretty cool. We've never done that before. So a little behind the scenes on what the guys are looking for in a resort that we're going to bring golfers to. It's a totally different atmosphere when we're scouting for customers than when the four of us are traveling as a golf trip, which we'll try to bring some video of as well. We are going to play golf as well as work at the same time, but we'll try to bring you some videos, some shenanigans, and then some course photos, of course, of the facilities that we're scouting for future trips. DH, Dustin, what you looking about most about Colorado this coming weekend?
Well, originally I was just looking forward to getting out of this heat wave down here, and then Bird sent a text saying record heat wave in Colorado.
It's there's a outside shot. It'll be hotter where we're at than it is here. That's a true statement. It might be hotter where we're going than it is here.
Yeah, but that
temperature aside, I'm looking forward to this another top 100 course.
Oh, we lost us.
Yep, there we go. Well, Casey, same question for you, buddy. What are you looking forward to this weekend on our scouting mission to Colorado?
I tell you, I'm kind of looking forward to the amenities. I know the golf courses are going to already be great. Colorado gets a lot more rain than just a lot more moisture than we do. So I know that part's going to be great, but I'm kind of looking forward to the amenities myself to see how that's going to accommodate possible guests as well.
So we definitely not kept it a secret, but we're not going to say on the air here where we're going. We'll come to you. You'll have to tune into the podcast to see where we're at those specific times. But as we'll go back to Dustin here in a second, but he was touching on the top 100. 3 of the 4 courses that we're playing, 2 places are on the top 100 list. So when ACGT Tour travels, we try to bring the tour golfer, our tour customer in San Antonio, to some of the most rock star cool facilities for the best possible value that we can facilitate it for. So we are going to 2 top 100 places, and then a little fun day in the middle. But I'm really looking forward to it. Dustin, you were saying before you got country internet.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. The altitude, man. I love playing in high altitude.
I was hoping you were going to talk about that.
It makes me feel like a long hitter. I can hit driver up to 275, 280. I love
the speed slot.
The speed slot. So listen, it's always fun to hit the ball further, right? I mean, you see the tour players are doing it. That's what they train for. So get me in the elevation.
I love it. We'll be 8,000 plus at 3 of the 4 places, and then only 5,000 at 1. But I mean, only 5,000.
Dustin, if you're hitting it farther, Bird and I are also hitting it further.
Now, the percentage that Dustin and I hit it further is greater than the percentage that you and Jason hit it further.
That is not how that works at all.
No, it's not.
We're talking basis.
It's the other way around. The
It
further
is.
you hit it, the further it'll go at altitude. So you'll gain some, but I'll gain more.
However, I believe that Casey would gain more yardage than Jason, because Casey's spin rate will also get cut by the altitude, thus gaining a little bit more.
You want to be technical about it, his spin rate's the exact same. It's just the friction caused by the air density is less.
Oh, God.
That is the accurate statement. The spin doesn't change, but the friction of the air. Jason, I love having conversations with you. It's so great. Yes,
everyone just fell asleep at home. They're like,
yep,
this
let's
podcast
circle
sucks.
Right back. Guys, that was that whole conversation was teasing the special edition podcast, episode 27.5 is going to come to you Saturday night. Our goal is 9:00. Our host, Mike DerManuelian, will be with us, but he will also be out of state at a different location. So there's lots of coordination there. Kevin Keeney, Bird Nye, the science guy. I like that. That's pretty clever.
It should be Jason Bird, the science. That doesn't rhyme. So never
Nerd?
Yeah, Jason Bird. Did you say? Were you thinking turd?
Turd?
Turd? No. But the good news is our average viewership is older, so I think they get the Bill Nye the Science Guy reference. So
everyone's useful. I don't care what Travis says.
Kevin Keeney, thank you for watching and dropping the Gen X wordplay. I love it. Special edition podcast this Saturday. That's where that whole story swung off to.
Yep.
Yes.
I think it's Dustin's turn to put in a little work tonight. I need some results, Dustin.
Mission Del Lago.
Yeah, Northern Hills. Why we say Mission Del Lago?
I was just seeing if your computer was frozen. That was an actual joke. It was Northern Hills, the last partner event of the year.
Interesting, to say the least, right? I mean, some of us got the round in. Some of us got interrupted by some rain. We had an unusual situation where we had to kind of suspend play, call the tournament a little early. So we'll kind of talk about that, the number of holes played by each flight. But yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's jump right into those results. Northern Hills was playing great. The greens were rolling.
Yes.
Really good course condition. Really good.
Primo.
Great course conditions. Conditions. Primo. Shout out to the maintenance crew at Northern Hills. Shout out to the staff at Northern Hills. Everyone was great. But yeah,
the food and beverage staff did a great job.
Yep.
I thought Northern Hills all around was a great tournament atmosphere on the golf course and really, really good customer service from start to finish.
I like that the F&B staff remembered me from the last tournament, knew exactly that I was going to order the chicken tendies. It was perfect.
Well, I mean, there we go. See, that's important. It's all about the experience.
All right, so we'll jump right into it. We'll start on the chant flight. Let's stick to the gross side. Little scorecard playoff, chant flight and gross. Grant Gandy, Eric Hudepold, -7. Great score, edging out Dustin Weldon and Sean Vidal. First playoff hole, birdie on 5. Grant Gandy and Eric Udapole. And I played, Aiken and I played with Grant and Eric. And, they played a solid round. It was a bogey-free round. Just throwing darts all day. Really fun to watch. Really good playing by Grant and Eric.
I believe one of Casey's off-season tasks is going to be establishing course records from every set of tees on tour.
Yes,
and
I have a few already.
We have a few already. Am I stealing from the special stats section or no?
No.
Okay, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Case. I believe that Grant Gandy shot solo 65 on his ball. And that is the Black Tee Northern Hills Tour record.
Possibly.
I could look that up in Golf Genius.
Okay.
Very solid round. Very solid round.
That is 65. That is a bogey-free 65.
A bogey-free 65. I talked to him after the round. He said that's his first bogey-free round, maybe in a tournament, or I don't know if that was just but first bogey-free round, at least in a tournament. But it was something to watch. Really good playing. Grant and Eric got it done. Again, don't take anything away from Weldon and Vidal.
I will say something, Dustin. That's a testament to, even if the event sells out, shoot us an email, get on that wait list, because they went from wait list to podium.
Yeah, wait list to course record.
Yeah.
A-list.
And Dustin's absolutely right.
Flight gross winners.
Dustin's absolutely right. Sean Vidal, Dustin Weldon, second place gross. They played amazing too. One clear of Nathan Brooks and Trevor Bailey at 66. But Eric and Grant, great playing. Scorecard gross winners, champ flight, double points, taking home cookies.
Yep, Cookie Mafia. Roll on to the net side. Kevin Keeney in the winner's circle again. Kevin Keeney.
Oh, Kevin Keeney, he's watching. This is why he's watching.
That is why he's watching. He wants to be famous.
We got Kevin. Mike not in the picture there. Mike had to bounce out a little early, but Kevin there, half of the Keeney Grosso squad, -8 net side. That was good enough to take a one-shot lead on the net side. So really good play, Kevin Keeney. Mike Grosso. See Mike Grosso now. This is his second cookie. Second cookie of the summer.
Yes,
I believe he won.
Willow Springs.
Willow Springs. There you go. That's right, Case. So Mike Grosso well this season. Will he keep it up during the playoffs? Kevin Keeney, is this going to boost him going into the playoffs? We'll see.
Kevin Keeney played great. I was just looking at the scorecard. I was just looking at the scorecard here, and I had it flip-flopped. I'm like, Kevin didn't. Kevin. No, that was Kevin. Wow.
After the round, he had a few birdies during the round.
Yes.
He was, really good play. He was excited about the good play.
He's in champ flight. For birdies.
That's right. That's right. Earned his way into champ flight all the way up there. That's what happens when you play tournament golf. You get better, and you get better by putting yourself in those uncomfortable moments, and they pay off with another victory cookie.
Yep. So congrats there to our champ flight gross and net winners. We'll move it right along into first flight. First flight was also an full 18-hole tournament. The rain did not catch first flight, so we got all 18 holes in. On gross side, let's go to our winners. Bob North, John Everhardis, -567. Really kind of running away with it. 3-shot victory over second place, Paul Orozco and Danny Lee. So really good job there, Bob and John, on your first flight gross winner. Welcome to the Cookie Mafia.
Yes, heck yeah. That's great. Look at that smile. It's all about them victory cookies.
Yeah,
double points.
And these were some really nice cookies, golf cart cookies. They, we say this every week. They get better and better every week. And never cease to amaze.
That's Jason Bird right on cue. Nobody prepped him for that one. But look at that. We say every week that she got to be running out of ideas. That's a big shout out to Laura Lewis and the Cake Place and More, our victory cookie sponsor. Find her on Facebook. The Cake Place and More. She's great. She can do cookies for any occasion. birthday parties, graduation parties, all of that good stuff, just 'cause parties, and awards as well. And they are good. Just when you think she's running out of ideas, she comes up with a really cool golf cart one. I'm anxious to see. One of my favorite cookies of all time was the PC Open cookie from last year.
The jacket.
And the jacket. I mean, she did the jacket, and it was. I mean, I'll try to find a picture of it and text it over to Jason that we can show here somewhere. But with the PC Open coming up, that is my my all-time favorite cookie, PC Open from last year.
Cool. And then to round out first flight, we'll go to the net side. A 4-shot win on the net side. Christian Brodus and Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson getting a victory cookie.
Getting a victory cookie. Look at him there. Zach on the left.
Look at
the right. Good playing. That is not the PGA Tour player Zach Johnson. That is ACGT Tour's very own Zach Johnson. So
I think he's better anyway.
Commonly confused.
He's way better,
arguably playing better right now.
Oh yeah, our Zach Johnson is the Zach Johnson.
I will put him up
I
against
agree.
any Zach Johnson in the world.
I agree. That's what I say when someone
Take that
says,
for
"Hey,
a
did you
thou."
catch the tour event this weekend?" I mean, yeah, I was there the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I worked it.
Congrats to our first flight winners there. 3-shot victory on the gross side, 4-shot victory on the net side. Not as close as it was on the in the champ flight, but nevertheless, a win is a win, and better to run.
Just means they were stomping.
Work our playoff, right, boys? That's right. Don't let your foot off the gas, right? So to keep it moving right along, second flight on the gross. Now, second flight got a little, they got hit with the rain. So
the flights, the flights didn't go in order for this event. It went champ, third, first, second, fourth. So that's important in the context towards the rain towards the end of the day. So champ and first and third completed 18 holes, and then this will be Dustin's first rain shortened, darkness shortened.
Yeah, so this was a 12 hole. Again, a difficult decision. We never like to make these decisions, right? I mean, you kind of see what happens, suspend play, see if there's any way you can get it in. That's always the ultimate goal, right? We want to get 18 holes in if we can. Unfortunately, Mother Nature doesn't always cooperate with us. And in this particular flight, second flight, we cut it at 12 holes. So kind of keep that in mind going in the score. So your gross second flight winners, our very own Chris Hughes and Steve Robert.
Woo, Chris Hughes, Steve Robert.
Great job.
Look at that smile on my
Good job.
victory cookie. Oh my goodness.
Beaming. He is beaming.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. And that's
the best 12-hole team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Under par. That is under par gross for second
-2
flight.
Score, right. The only under par score, second place was 1 over. So, really good play in there, Chris and Steve. Picking up cookies at this time of year is always good and helps the point standing. So good job, Chris and
Great
Chris
job,
and
great plan.
on the net side, 2-shot victory. Jonathan Harder and Ray Kang, former South Texas Match Play Challenge qualifier. Ray Kang, -7 over Callum Stonehouse and Edward Canning. So close there, 2-shot victory, but Ray Kang there on the left. Jonathan Harder there playing, guys. Again, with the elements. I mean, these guys actually played. They played a little bit in the rain, so they had to battle some of it. They had to kind of withstand that, and they did, as you can see.
So play was suspended when second flight and fourth flight were still on the course, and it had been raining for a minute, and play was suspended at 5:30. And I guarantee you, in that photo, they are 100% saturated. In that photo, they are
full saturation.
Yes, they are soaked from head to toe in that photo. I know they're excited and happy to win and get the victory cookies, but they are. I mean, it rained and it rained good, and it's the first time we've ever had to cut around short like that in a while. We've done it. We did it one other time
Cedar Creek.
for fog.
Yeah,
and
Yes,
this
fog.
is
The
the
fog, yeah.
and this is the first time that we've ever had to do it for rain in 10 years. Two shortened events in 10 years. I think that's great.
Pretty good
I agree.
cooperation from Mother Nature.
I agree.
We
So
got
good job,
one
Ray
more.
and Jonathan. Good job on the win. Good job to our flight winners there. We'll move it right along. Third flight. Now, third flight, again, Travis alluded to it earlier. Third flight, we were able, with the way we kind of flipped the tee time boxes, we got full 18 holes in for third flight. So on the gross side, without further ado, Ken Newman and Paul Crumley, -1 to win in the gross over the brothers of Mario and Zeke Martinez at even par. So -1 7. Ken and Paul, really good job. Again, these guys battled some of the elements. I think it was kind of maybe starting when they were wrapping up. It was a little close, but nevertheless stayed in there, got the win, got the cookie. Officially part of the Cookie Mafia. So good job, Ken and Paul.
I mean, look at that. Only 4 strokes separated one from 5. I mean, that's
really
a tight,
close there. in third
Yeah.
flight. Really close.
Really good.
And then on the net side, with a 2-shot victory, -13, our very own presenting sponsor, Sean Sexton and Joey Gonzalez. They got a 2-shot victory over Paul Pena and Ruben Ramirez, but really good play by Sean. Joey Gonzalez, there you go, Sean, with Goosehead Insurance, a Sexton agency. Travis says it every week. There are QR codes all over the place in emails, scorecards, the material that we send out. If you need a quote, Sean Sexton, Goosehead Insurance, Sexton Agency, they're your insurance company. So keep that in mind. Scan those QR codes. Get a quote. Doesn't hurt.
Perfect.
It is definitely he is excited. He's playing good golf.
Yeah.
It's so cool to have engaged sponsors, right? Engaged sponsors that come and play and participate and stay after and shake hands and not only talk about their product and the product that they're sponsoring, but really hang out with the tour player afterwards. So we are really blessed to have Sean Sexton and Rick Hoinsey with Goosehead Insurance and Elevated Logistics as our 2 big sponsors for the 2022 tour season. And of course, we wouldn't be anywhere where we are right now without those victory cookies, Laura Lewis and the Cake Place and more. Shout out again to our trifecta of sponsors.
Yep. So now fourth flight got a little different. We had to make a tough decision there. The rain was just coming down. It was puddling on the course. So the decision was made to call it after 9 holes. The fourth flight was officially a 9-hole tournament. So keep that in mind when reviewing these scores. But fourth flight gross, we got Porter Edge and Randy Fuentes, even par 36. Dealing with the rain, dealing with the elements. It's a hell of a score. It was not easy out there. So good job getting it done. Even par 36 in those elements is something to pat yourself on the back.
And they played most of the round in the rain. Yeah. Most of those 9 holes was in the rain. So that is great playing. That is the definition of mental fortitude. Great job, guys. Rudy Fuentes, Porter Edge, awesome victory cookie.
And another thing you always say, Trav, right? Unteachable moments. I mean, how many times you get out there on the weekend, you're playing with your buddies, rain, you pack it in, you go. You don't practice playing in the rain, right? I mean, I don't know what practice is playing in the rain, right?
I think that's a great point. I think that's a really good point. You grinded through a couple hours in the rain, win, lose, or draw. The next time you play golf, it's not going to be raining. How much better is it going to seem the next time you play golf when it's not raining? How much easier is it going to be to stay mentally engaged and to focus on something because you're not focusing on the rain? And then
not only that, Travis. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
What I was going to say, on the flip side of that, how does that prepare you for the next tournament when there's maybe rain in the forecast? You pack an extra towel or two. Someone's going out and buying some rain gear this week. or
yes,
a bigger
you now
umbrella.
you
I
now
mean, so-
know what you did when it was transitioning from a nice day to a rainy day. You know what happened. You know your golf glove got trashed and your second golf glove got trashed and you couldn't stay dry. So the next time you can plan appropriately, especially in tournament golf, right? Because preparation is just as important as making a 6-footer, you know? And I think that's a really good point. That's a really good point. And it was my second bullet point as well. So it's perfect.
So cool. So let's keep rolling right along on the net side. We won't forget fourth flight net, a 2-shot victory over Roy Medina and Roy Medina III. The team of Mark and Mike Peel, -6. Again, that's -630 net to win fourth flight net. There they are right there. The team of Peel and Peel.
And that's with a bogey. That's with a bogey on the first hole.
Wow.
That's strong.
So really kind of just.
Let me reiterate that. That's with a
hole,
net
right?
bogey.
Mm.
Awesome. Congratulations, Peel family.
Especially after the first hole, right?
Yes, that's great.
Good job to all our flight winners. All our flight winners.
That's great.
Perfect.
Battling the elements, battling the rain. Really good job.
That was truly a unique setting. Those are the days when I am really thankful for the ambassadors. I thought the communication from the ambassadors about course conditions, about pace of play, about player safety, all of those questions and topics come into the realm of tournament operations when it gets that inclement like it did this past Saturday. Not only are you talking lightning, you're talking puddling and pooling on the golf course. You're talking stuck golf carts. You're talking crossing roads now in the rain. You're talking about driving through a tunnel in the rain. There are other safety issues in addition to lightning and water that run through your mind when you're operating a tournament like that, and the weather changes. So it's those days that I was really thankful for the ambassadors, and they did a fantastic job. From the ones that were playing, their communication from the guys that were playing on the course, to the ambassadors that had finished and were on the back nine marshalling, to Casey and Dustin and Jason in the clubhouse, all the ambassadors pulling together to allow myself to kind of be where I need to be in a high stress decision making environment like that was. So a shout out to the ambassadors. I thought they did a great job. Really, really happy to have them. And like I said, it's a one in a 10-year thing. We've had a rain shortened event. So when it comes around, it is the best you can do to manage the chaos of the hand that you're dealt with. Scotty Williams, they do always do a fantastic job, don't they? Thank you so much. A big round of applause for the ambassadors. Stephen Evans, Jason Sandoval, Sean Vidal, Laura Lewis,
Greg
ambassador and volunteer their time on the marshalling side.
Micah
Carroll and Greg Graff and Mike DerManuelian, not normally with us on Tuesday night. Jason Sandoval. I think that's all. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Thank you to everybody. Ambassadors, really a shining star in a dark storm this past Saturday. So,
all right. So we'll transition to the stats segment, and I will go first.
Ooh, okay.
Travis,
perfect. There we go. He did it first.
Travis he did it first, and he did it better.
Travis put something on his lens there. Let's wipe that off the camera lens there.
I apologize. My camera's cracked. I'm sorry.
Is that what happened? It just came out of nowhere.
It's been there the whole time.
Yep.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yep.
I just noticed it.
Me too, Bird.
There, is that better? I can
much better.
Yeah. What happened?
Okay.
I
just turned the ring light down a little bit.
Oh, okay. I guess the light was
all right,
refracting.
Mr. Statistician. What do you got?
Right.
Travis wanted to know the lowest rounds at Northern Hills in the tour history. And I happen to have that information. I gathered it while Dustin was doing his
Terrific.
thing.
Terrific.
So
What do we have? Do we have a
all-
3? Do we have a 3? Can we count it down?
It
We
was
have-
6.
I mean, I have a top 3 lowest scores
I
at
love it.
Northern Hills
I love
from the database. I queried it.
Let's ask the viewers to guess who they think the number 1 is.
I love it. I think that's great.
We'll let the viewers guess number 1, but let's see if Travis can guess 3 and 2.
Okay. Let's take 45 seconds and give everybody watching at home a chance to type a name.
Well, I could tell you who was number 4 low. I won't tell you the number, but I'll tell you who number 4 lowest scorer
Ed
is.
Trevino.
What year?
2019.
2019.
4th lowest score.
Fourth lowest
shot
score.
by our own Jonathan Aiken.
Jonathan
my
Aiken.
buddy, Johnny
Wow.
Aiken.
Okay.
Oh.
Very interesting.
That sounds like a scramble tournament.
No, this is only complete scorecards. I filtered it out. Don't worry.
Okay, terrific.
Man,
Complete
my
score. I
man.
love it. That's good.
Fifth lowest.
Casey.
Shot in the summer of 2018. A good friend of ours who no longer plays. Wish he'd come back. Luke LeGrand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Luke there.
So.
And what was that score, Bird? What was that score?
I'm not gonna
He's
give
not
you the
saying scores. He's not saying
gonna say.
scores.
I'm not saying the scores right now. But well, let's give Dustin. Dustin, who do you think shot the 3rd lowest ever at Northern Hills?
Casey Graham is commenting. Casey Graham, or is that your guesses, or do you know? Or
That's 1st, 2nd, 3rd.
Oh, okay. Your
That's
guesses?
my guess. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
your
my guess.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I haven't
Okay.
made it to
Okay.
Northern Hills yet. I've made it to other courses.
Okay, so you don't know
I don't
the
know.
answer. Okay, that's essentially what I was clarifying there. I saw you come across. I'm like, dang, Casey. Okay.
Laura guesses
3rd lowest
Dustin
score.
Weldon.
I'm going to say Steven Evans.
I mean, that's a good guess. I mean, Steven is a good golfer, but it's not
Oh,
right.
yeah, he is.
I
Oh, yeah,
think
We'll give Travis a guess here.
2 and 3. I'm shocked that 4 and 5 weren't Casey Carnes.
Mm-hmm.
I know historically Casey's. We've talked about Casey being the greatest tour resume of all time, but historically the numbers will tell you that he plays Northern Hills the weakest
until antagonized, and then he comes out and shoots 6 under.
Oh, okay. So number 2 is Casey Carnes. I'm going to go with number 2 is Casey Carnes, and I'm going to go with number 3 is Dustin Weldon, and I'm going to go with number 1 is Grant Gandy's 65 from this past weekend. That's my 1, 2, 3. Grant Gandy, Casey Carnes, Dustin Weldon. Dustin had a low round in the PC Open a couple years ago. I have no idea what it was, but it was the year he won, and he won it at Northern Hills. So I'm going to go with that year. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go Dustin Weldon 3, Casey Carnes 2, Grant Gandy's 65 1.
That is that's a good guess. You're 2 out of 3 correct.
Yeah.
I didn't get. Did I get?
You didn't get number 3.
I didn't
Steve
get
Evans.
Dustin Weldon. Steve Evans.
Yeah.
Michael Freeman.
Not Michael Freeman, not Steve Evans, not Dustin Weldon.
What year? What year?
Right. We
What year?
got a 2021 spring.
2021 spring
what?
season. I am not going to look at my computer that's in front of me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. 2021 spring.
I think it goes older than that. Oh, okay. All right.
2021 spring. Casey Carnes is 2. Grant Gandy is 1.
It's not Ed Trevino, huh?
I do not have Ed Trevino on my list.
I got
don't know,
nothing.
Bird. What you got, Bird?
It is Casey Graham shooting a 69 in 2021 at Northern Hills.
That's not number 3.
That's what comes up in the Golf Genius database.
Since Golf Genius, maybe, but I appreciate it. But
Yeah,
That
since
is-
Golf Genius. Since Golf Genius. That's our only tool.
That is since Golf Genius, correct.
Yep, that is our database tool. So that would be 2017, 2018.
Yes, but didn't the trail didn't take over Northern Hills until 2018? I thought
2017.
So we might have 1 year of.
Oh man, Birdman, you killed me.
Why?
I appreciate it.
Congrats,
I believe.
Case.
I mean, it's true.
Well,
I mean, I just had it sorted by the lowest rounds, and you were number 3.
Yes, and we're using Golf Genius there as a database, and then quite honestly, when we do this off-season fun project of establishing a tee box record holder, we're going to start in 2021 with the creation of the green tees.
Right. As soon as we started green tees, that's what I've been working on as well.
Yep.
So
that's where we'll start, and we'll pick out some of the key big ones. Maybe the low from the backs, which we know we've historically played the same set of tees from the backs. So maybe we'll go back a little further in that when something sticks out. But when the green tees were created, that's where we're going to start this tour tee box records from. So shout out to Grant Gandy, 65. That's his ACGT Tour course record at Northern Hills. Congratulations, Grant. That is a solid round.
Solid.
A victory cookie. I love the cookies this week. They were so cool. And I can't stress enough, guys, if you're looking for a great place to play golf and haven't been to Northern Hills in a while, give it a shot again. The playing areas, the tee boxes, fairways, and greens at Northern Hills are superb. I mean, they're great.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
I mean, they're really good.
Phenomenal.
So I have a special stat that I can add in here. If Bird's done teasing me,
I'm done.
Bird's done. Okay, so now we are to Casey's special stat section.
Well, it's just a couple notes. Travis, you remember the total amount of unique golfers we had last season?
Like, do you want me to look that up quick? I can look that up quick.
Yeah, it was roughly 370-ish, I think.
Give me just a second. I'm not as fast as Jason is on the clicks, but I will be there soon.
Well, whenever you get to that number, you can add 356 unique different golfers this season alone to that number.
Well, that number was 387.
387. So we've had 743 golfers
in each season. That is awesome. That is rock star.
Wow.
743 golfers through. That was event 20. No, that was event 19. Was it 10 and 8?
10 I think it was 9 and 8.
9 and 8.
Yep.
I mean that's awesome. Thank you so much, ACGT Tour golfers. The ACGT Tour doesn't work without competition, without competitors. Thank you so much, guys, for playing with us week in and week out, for grinding out those point standings and grinding out those bogeys. Every point matters, and we are getting so close to our PC Open special edition podcast next week, episode 28. Episode 28 next week, Tuesday. That is the 13th of September. That is our PC Open special edition podcast where we talk about everything PC Open. The battle for the plaid jacket is at Olmos Basin for the first time ever this year on September 17th and September 18th. That is the only event left in the regular season.
That's right.
The only event that is open for registration. And this is the moment of the evening you've all been waiting for. 54 minutes in. Jason Bird, how many spots are left remaining in the field for the 2022 Players Club Open Championship at Olmos Basin?
0. We're sold out.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. Travis's face was incredible right there. Travis.
I'm already getting texts on add me to the wait list, Bird.
Oh my goodness.
Justin's face, Travis's face, they're like, what the hell?
Okay, let's start again. Jason Bird, this is the moment that everybody's waiting for. Let's tell all the customers the truth.
I believe it is 8 spots left.
8 spots. 8 spots only, single digits, 2 weeks out, everybody.
And I got to stress that this is a hard cap just like Northern Hills. We had, I think, 36 people left on the wait list for Northern Hills, and typically we pad our tee times, Travis, because we anticipate these things. But this, with the sunlight decreasing, the PC Open is a super firm cap. Like, this is not playing around.
If you are watching right now and want to play and are not signed up, please visit www.acgttour.golf and sign up right now. This is going to be an event when where somebody in the top 10 texts and or sends an email and says, "Oh my gosh, it's sold out," and Jason has to reply, "I will add you to the waiting list. I'm sorry."
I mean, it happened at Northern Hills. We had a couple people in the top 20 who didn't get in, and they got real lucky that we got gifted one extra tee time by the course, so they got in. So yeah, if you are waiting for some reason that is extenuating and you're a top 10 person, like, you just top 20, top 30 are all still in it. I mean, you have to sign up. It's gonna sell out, and we've got 2 weeks to go.
I agree. 8 spots, 9 spots. I mean, that is
that'll be gone before the weekend.
I agree completely.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I agree completely. Everybody watching, let's sell this out. Like and share the Facebook post for the registration. Let's sell this out.
Whoa! Can we look at that comment from GG over there on YouTube?
3 generations of graphs.
Whoa! I think is that grandfather graph? Is that another GG? We've got Greg Graph, and now we've got a grandfather graph. Is there a grandfather graph? Or never mind. That was going to be bad. There's got to be a grandfather graph.
Oh yeah.
So Greg's dad, Greg, and Morgan. Is that?
Oh, Melvin
Graph. There we go. We try to get to the comments in as much real time as we can. We try to be as interactive as we can on the ACGT Tour Power Hour. It's all about the tour player. GG's dad. Okay, so we got Grandpa Graph.
Nice.
We got Greg
That's
Graph.
awesome.
We got Melvin, Gregory, and Morgan. That is what. Greg, if you're watching there in real time, what handicap for Mr. Graph? No offense there, Greg. I'm sorry. What Mr. Graph is maybe do we have? Oh, I don't.
Are those handicaps or ages?
I think those are ages. I was trying to do the math on that quick. That was my stutter there. I think those are okay. In the flight, in fourth flight,
25-ish handicap.
And fourth flight. You know, maybe 3 generations, 3 flights, you know?
That's cool.
That's a really cool fact. I love that. Good catch there, Case.
Nice.
That was great. I thought you were going to bring in the comment from Micah that came in at the exact same time as the comment from.
I generally don't like to condone flirting, but I mean, I'll let it slide for Mike and Casey getting their flirt on.
Well, it's okay. Casey looks good.
Well,
in blue
he
with the
texted me
virtual
privately
background.
and said that it brings out my eyes. So I appreciate that.
It's the same guy told me I looked bad in black earlier this week. You know,
You should have worn blue.
I didn't know Micah was such a fashionista.
I know. I changed outfits for the tour event this weekend like 6 times. Sabrina was getting mad. She's like, "I want you to wear the black pants," and I'm like, "I can't wear the black pants."
Micah hates it.
It was dramatic in the Salkowski household because of that.
So speaking of the points standings in the final event, we're 300 points up for grabs. Where are we at on the top 10 update?
Oh, Casey Graham moving the show along to the top 10 in the point standings. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 1 hour in the updated point standings. This is through 7 events on the 2022 ACGT Tour summer season, presented by Goosehead Insurance, a Sexton agency. Here is your top 10. Jason, you got the graphic?
No.
Okay. Do you not
Yes.
have? There we go. We got it. Okay. There we go. It's perfect. It was just that's what he's got going. He's got 9 screens going at the same time. Here is your top 10 through event 7. We've got Sean Vidal remains in number 1 in the summer point standings, and he is also, Casey, please correct me if I'm wrong, number 1 in the Player of the Year race as well.
Yes, he is.
Ruben Ramirez continues to have a strong summer with his second place finish at Northern Hills, 85 points there. Stays in second place, and then chaos happens in the rest of the top 10. Look at all of those arrows. Several, what is that? 3 people fell out of the top 10. 2 people fell out of the top 10. Lots of movement. Moving into the top 3, Sean Sexton of a Sexton agency, Goosehead Insurance. Sean Sexton moving into that ever important top 3 spot, up 5 spots. That top 3 in the summer season is important because it gets you a spot on the South Texas Match Play Challenge Cup team this November. And we have a unique setting here because number 4 in the summer season is also getting a spot on that team because of a 3-way tie in the spring season. So Sean Vidal is already on the South Texas Match Play Challenge team.
Steve
Bump it
Robert.
down.
Steve Robert is
Boom.
currently
Steve
Robert is currently in a team slot at number 4 right now, up 9 spots with his flight win from this past week at Northern Hills. 150 points, shoots you up the leaderboard, 9 spots. Steve Robert into a South Texas Match Play Challenge team spot. I hope he's watching right now.
He is 10 points ahead of that T5 lineup right there. Look at that.
And that's what's so cool.
Condensed.
That's what's so cool about this top 100 here, or this top 10, is 2 through 9 is only 100 points, right? 115 points.
Yeah, that's
And it's so.
you play well at the PC Open, you're just about guaranteeing yourself a spot.
I think it's great. In that 5 spot, 3-way playoff, 3 players tied for the 5th spot at 660 points. Danny Lee, Jason Sandoval, and Jeremy Semlinger. Now, Jeremy Semlinger is the only player in the top 10 to fall and stay in the top 10. So we did just enough at Northern Hills to stay in the top 10. All of these players are grinding it out with practice sessions for the next couple weeks and gearing up for the PC Open. Jonathan Harder up 12 spots with his net win.
Big moves.
Into 8th. He's the biggest mover in the top 10. And then we still have a 2-way tie at 9th to round out our top 10. Christopher Walker and Tim Bowers round out the top 10. Tim Bowers staying at 9, and Chris Walker up 1 spot. So lots of movement in the top 10. Really cool. This graphic we will get posted on the Facebook page tonight. The full point standings will be updated on the tour's website tomorrow and part of the tour newsletter that'll either come out tomorrow afternoon or Thursday morning. Well,
I have a special point stat update, and I've done the math for Sean Vidal.
Beep.
Sean Vidal, if he takes second net or better, including a jacket win, will win the season. Second net or better, including a jacket win, will win the season. Nobody can catch me.
It's so cool at this point in time. I love talking about this in the playoffs too when we start talking about tour championships. But that's Sean Vidal is the person on the point standings who controls his own destiny, right? And it's rare that you have somebody who's vying for a season championship that's already on a team. It's rare. So I think last year Lucas Nato was 4 in spring, one out from the team, and then won the summer season. So just reverse of what Sean did. Maybe
It's
playing with the chip
it
on
might
his
be the same.
Yes,
It might be the same.
and Sean is playing great. He's hitting the T-ball well, fist pumping putts as they go in. Super in it right now. Lots of energy from Sean Vidal and his forever caddy, Laura Lewis. I think they are
forever caddy.
I think they're a great team out there, and I think they're playing great, and I think their body language is awesome. Super awesome. Super awesome. Good stat, Casey. Second net or better at the PC Open the week after next. And Sean Vidal will have gone third T3 in the spring and 1 in the summer. Which would put him starting the playoffs in first place as well, which we are going to wait to talk about until next week. We'll let that playoff segment slide to the PC Open special edition next week. Next week, Tuesday night, episode 28 of the ACGT Tour Power Hour will be all about the PC Open and the playoffs and the playoff invites, how that all works. But right now, it's all about registering for the PC Open.
I agree.
Getting your practice in and grinding out as much of those double points as you can in the final event of the 2022 regular season. I mean, guys, we're here. Another year is almost in the books. The
10th year.
It's so cool. So many neat things, so much content. Like the Facebook page, share those pages, invite your friends. It's so social and so much fun. So much content on the tour, and we're wrapping up the most successful tour year to date. The numbers of tour golfers, the consecutive sellouts, the sponsor engagement and participation, the ambassadors, and of course the tour golfers and the viewers of the ACGT Tour Power Hour. That is the ACGT Tour Power Hour podcast is a direct result of the tournament growth this year. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for playing. Don't delay. Sign up now for the PC Open. If you want to play, that is September 17th and 18th at Olmos Basin. And let me tell you, we've been talking about Northern Hills' course conditions for the whole show. Olmos Basin is just as good, and the greens are just a touch better. Mm-hmm. And Northern, not taking anything away from Northern Hills, but Olmos Basin is in awesome tournament condition. And let me tell you what.
Only going to stay that way with this rain.
Let me tell you what. You're going to have to play well. You're going to have to bring it at the PC Open.
That rough is thick.
You're going to have to bring it. The greens are going to be great. The whole locations are going to be major championship quality. The rough is penile. And the battle for the plaid jacket is going to be a battle.
I think only fitting to end the summer season that way, right? I mean, we've had such growth. The play on the phenomenal this year has been just the play on tour has been phenomenal this year. So I'm looking forward to
better than ever. The competition's been so great.
There is no off week.
That's a great point. We didn't talk much about that, Greg. We're gonna let MD talk a lot about that next week when he's back on the show. We did drop a pretty cool project on the Facebook page called The Match Episode 1. We're going to do a ton of fun ambassador stuff, especially in the off season, viewer engagement, lots of fun stuff. We want to show you guys how we play as well. And that first episode of The Match, I won't tell you anything about it, but
everybody played great.
Go ahead and watch it.
Casey told me it's him versus me in episode 2.
Episode 2 is going to be a really neat episode. We're going to have to wait.
You don't want any of this.
We're going to have to wait for episode
Let's go.
400. Episode 478 is going to be Jason versus Casey.
How many strokes do you want?
The episode 2 is going to be pretty unique and cool. MD has a great idea for episode 2 of The Match. And episode 1 was Jason Sandoval and Patrick DeCosimo versus Michael DerManuelian and myself in a 2-person scramble. And Brad Gilbert, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching The Match episode 1.
DG.
I appreciate the comments. I read all of them. It's great. I've
episode 500.
That's domestic assault, Gregory.
My
Brad
money's
Gilbert,
on more.
Listen, if we're playing net, I might be taking Morgan from the Reds. You don't know.
Oh,
But it was super fun. Check it out. It's on the Facebook page right now. And Greg Graff in his comment there is right. Olmos Basin is primo right now. Go get your practice rounds in. And I'll tell you what, we've been telling you to register for the PC Open all night long because there's only a couple spots left. Call now to book your practice rounds too, because it's tough to get a tee time there because the course conditions are really good.
Oh yeah. Getting onto Olmos is I work walking distance from Olmos and I can't even walk on that golf course. And on a Monday, it's nuts. So, all right, guys. Well, we'll go around the horn for final thoughts. Final thoughts, Casey?
Yep. Go ahead, Bird.
Thank you for your final thought, Dustin.
That's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, no,
good work.
I love it. Yeah. No. Congratulations, Hills. Thank you for sticking it out with us. We know that the weather kind of made things a little bit sketchy, a little bit difficult, a little bit more difficult. It's not something we're used to in our ACGT Tour events. As Travis said, only one other time we had to call an event short, and that was due to fog. Really, really good job to all the golfers, all the participants. Thanks for hanging in there with us. Get signed up for Olmos. Every event this year has sold out. There's no reason to think this will not. And with 8 spots left, 2 weeks to go, I mean, you better sign up in the next few days or you will not have a spot. But looking forward to seeing y'all there. This is the end. This is what everyone plays for. The playoffs are among us. The final qualifiers for the South Texas Match Play Challenge team are right around the corner. I mean, this is the time of year that I love the best. I can't wait.
I got goosebumps there.
Travis, the closing thoughts.
Shout out to all of the golf staff and all of the maintenance staff at Northern Hills. Thank you so much for providing an awesome tournament atmosphere, awesome tournament golf course. From the food and beverage to the cart staff to the maintenance crew. Great job at Northern Hills. That is a primo product on the trail right now, guys. So if you haven't been to Northern Hills in a while, get out, play it. It is good. Congratulations to our flight winners from the final team event this past Saturday at Northern Hills. Those are the final team victory cookies of the year. That's something special. Enjoy those double points. And Dustin hit it on the head. PC Open will sell out. Only a couple spots left. Get on the website now, acgttour.golf. Sign up for that now before it's too late. And when it is too late, take the time, send an email, get on the waiting list. You never know. And my final thought for the night is condolences, my heartfelt condolences, and forever a huge place in my golfer's heart. Shout out and sympathies to all of the Kohler family. The golf world lost a great yesterday. Herb Kohler passed away at the age of 83. The owner of the Kohler Company and Destination Kohler in Wisconsin.
Awesome. That's episode 27. Don't forget to get your pets spayed and neutered. Have a good one.